Hi there, it's Moira McDonald. Bear with me, I'm trying to get a good camera angle. This is the problem I hadn't really thought of. The book's a wee bit bigger than my usual, and can I get it all in? Oh, what am I going to do? Anyway, let's get to it because I want to rip through this in case I'm waiting for a guy delivering curtains, and knowing Malloch, he's going to chat the door, dogs will go bananas, and all hell will let loose while I'm doing this. Right. I've made a book. It is covered, and I don't know how well you're going to see it, it's covered in crushed velvet with a wee bit of black lace and a wee, what's that called? Fimo polymer clay, isn't it? Fimo cherubs. I've got a wee kind of rosette here, a lace, and a wee black and gold coloured button, and I've got one of these wee bulb pins with a little kind of angel wing type thing on it, and there's a couple of wee black ribbon bows. The closure is a piece of ribbon, or not ribbon, lace should I say. I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure about this book. It's good in the sense that, you know, there isn't anything wrong with the quality. I'm just not sure if I've done what I set out to do. I had planned to try and make a kind of Gothic book, but I didn't want to make Gothic type book. I mean, I wanted some of that in it, I wanted a wee bit of steampunk in it, and I just don't know if I achieved it, or if I kind of went off tack somewhere along the line. So we'll have a look, and you can maybe let me know what you think when you see it. So anyway, it was made from a, what do you call it, a pizza box. And by pizza box I don't mean one that a guy chapped at my door and said pizza. I mean it's a frozen pizza that I cooked myself, so I took the box and just, there was never any food in direct contact with the box. That's what I'm trying to go with this one. Right, so anyway, it's covered with crushed velvet. I also put, what do you call them, the little metal corners on it, and they look pretty good, and I've just dropped a wee bit of card. So we'll pick that up and pretend that never happened. It's a wee kind of banner punch and says Diary of Events. I haven't stuck it in anywhere because I wasn't sure. I had actually toyed with putting it at the beginning, but I haven't done it yet, so I don't know. I'll think about it. Anyway, here we go. Right, so first page, kind of steampunky, styly, kind of Gothic-y period, I suppose. Balloons, air balloons, if you like. This is stamped down here on card and distressed and then stuck on. Pages that are predominantly tea stained, but there's also been a bit of mica spray, so some of them are a little shiny, which is nice, I think. Here's your first kind of Gothic-y styly influence up here. Wee woman with wings and flowers coming out of her bodice and whatever. Wee die cut bird in a cage down the bottom. Gold bodice here. This is a vellum sticker. Over the page is, that's scrapbooking paper incidentally. I used a lace here that was actually a really wide lace, and I cut it in two, but I didn't cut it terribly straight. So when I stuck it in the book, well, I didn't stick it in the book very straight either, come to think it. I used some postage stamp vellum just to cover the edge, and that makes it look a lot neater, believe you me. Over here's my first tuck spot, and this was very kindly sent to me in some Happy Mail by my lovely friend Cheryl Stark. Hello Cheryl, hello! She die cut, I had commented on these in the books that I've seen her doing. She has beautiful corner pockets. Apparently it's a spellbinder's die. I looked for the die, couldn't get it, so she very kindly cut me a number of them and sent me them, and they're cut in watercolour paper, which means I could go in and distress. So it's been distressed in Stormy Skies, something else, what was it called? Wait a minute, it was a blue thing, I don't think I've got it to hand. Oh, Weathered Wood, that was it. Stormy Skies, Weathered Wood and Black Suit. Just kind of varying shades to give it just a wee bit of something, do you know what I mean? Vellum clock, kind of steampunky. Stamped image here, and This is just from the graphics fairy that I downloaded and put it out on photo paper. Vellum sticker over here. This is from a stamp set by Tim Holtz. No idea what the name of it is, but it came with little dies as well, so I stamped lots of little stars and cut them out. Here's your kind of Gothic-y, styly cross, and up here is, it's actually, I think it's a hand with some flowers on it, but it looks kind of skeletal, if you like. So again, it kind of met in with my Gothic thing, as did my Three Gentlemen, again Tim Holtz stamp with bowler hats. That was also in the stamp set that came with the dies. Over the page we have a key and a lock, and I used brads from my brad pit, and these particular brads were sent to me by Vera Uke. Hello Vera, hello, thank you again, hello. Vera won my very first giveaway and has remained a friend, and periodically sends me little bits and bobs from Canada, and she'd sent me some brads to go in my brad pit, so I used a couple of them on this. It's actually a stamped image and die cut of a lock, and these wee brads just look like the what do you call it, you know, the kind of bolts that would hold it on. This particular page is from an old German book I got on eBay. It's from 1913 or something like that, and I think it's a fairy tale. But I liked it because it's got Gothic writing, and I've used it in quite a number of my books. I really like the text. Doily here, and here I have a Spellbinder's die that I bought myself when I was looking for Cheryl's die. This is what I came across. It was as close to a kind of doily as I could get, and I didn't realise when I was buying it how small it was. So I actually bought two of them, this and another one. I think the other one's later in the book, but I thought it looked really good because it's kind of like a Gothic church window, I felt. So that's there. This is a book tag I made with the wee pearls. I mean, pink doesn't really necessarily go with it, but I thought I would include it in this book. Bit of scrapbooking paper here that I cut into tag shape. Another lace page here with a stamped old telephone down the bottom. I'll need to move the book about to get it all in, I'm afraid, because I don't think I can go any further back with the camera. So note to self, don't make such big boots. That's the Tim Holtz die that I used in the last book I made. A couple of stamped images just that have been distressed, and I haven't filled every gap in pockets and things like that in here, because I thought, well, it's all very nice me putting in fancy ephemera, but it's not necessarily what whoever has the book wants to put in it. Another kind of Gothic window style cut, and a bit of black lace down the side. And that's the centre of the first signatures. There's two signatures incidentally. Oh, this journal paper here is, not journal paper, what am I saying? What do you call it? Ledger paper. Lovely Marie from Marie Blondell, journals at number 29. Marie sent me some paper ages and ages ago, and I'm working through it very slowly because you can't use good stuff all in one go. You need to make it last. So I have used a sheet in this and cut it in two so that I could use it twice. Get my money's worth. Although I didn't pay for it. You know what it's like. You need to make things last as long as possible. Another piece of lace here, black lace. Wee clock die cut and some metallic, and they really are metal, cogs, little tiny cogs. I think they might have came from a watch or something like that. Here I've got a kind of vellum sticker of a wee angel. There's a couple of wee kind of angels through the book because I didn't want it to be, it's not a holy book by any stretch of the imagination because I'm not a holy person, but it's not a Scary Malady Few Donaldson's Dairy book either. So I wanted it to be a kind of mixture of, not necessarily good and evil, but kind of good and evil if you like. Tag again. That's the Gothic window, doily, book page, because we're just at the end of this. Another one of Cheryl's pockets here, and this has got another die cut tag that I made with some Tim Holt words, curious looking and she was wishing, and then just a price. It's a bit bizarre, but then the whole thing about Gothic has something that is kind of bizarre. Just a wee steampunk style stamp image. A wee very old looking picture of a girl, and she is kind of Gothic-y, vamp type looking vintage image. I didn't, like I said, I mean, I wanted to put in some scary stuff, but not having it outrageously. It's not a Halloween book, not by any stretch of the imagination. Vellum sticker here. This page I've just put some washi down it. Another vellum sticker here. This is actually how the book all came about. I bought vellum stickers, and among them were this, the skull and the flowers. And I thought, what am I going to do with that? And someone had commented in one of my last videos that she's been doing journals for her granddaughters, and they're at that age where it's all vampires and werewolves, and because their heads full of all these fancy, really handsome guys that you get in the TV programmes. So she's doing books like that, and I thought, well, you know, I wouldn't mind aiming for that in some respect, but obviously from a kind of adult point of view, because we're not all into 20-year-old men. Well, we are all into 20-year-old males, but that's beside the point. We're not meaning that. It's just to kind of, I use them up, but it gave me the kernel of an idea, but I just don't know if I stuck to the idea, so you can let me know. Just a piece of what do you call it, composition paper in squares with some lace, and a couple of stamped images here, square doily, another one of these Tim Holtz pockets with some stamped images, and I cut them fancy to just make them that wee bit different, because if it's a Moira journal it ain't going to look like anyone else's, or at least it's trying not to. Another wee angel cherub type sticker here, tag, Gothic window, German Gothic writing, another one of Marie's pages. Here is a sticker, a kind of crown, again, not necessarily Gothic, bear with me while I get a nice wee cup of tea. Hold on, there's my cup. Not necessarily Gothic, but not Gothic. Another one of the wee skeletal hands up here, die cut steampunk type clock on the back of some washi on this piece of lace. This is another one of the images from Graphics Fairy. It was one of their free giveaways just last week, and they described it as Pretty Communion Girl, and it's a wee girl that's clearly taking her first communion. And what I did was I overlaid it with a kind of cracked background, and I also sepia'd it up a wee bit, and she looks as spooky as anything. Obviously she wasn't, she was just probably a really nice wee lassie going to take her first communion, and I came in and gave her the Moira touch. So anyway, that's, for what it's worth, that's it. This is from the Graphics Fairy as well. Apparently it's a poem by Edgar Allan Poe, so I suppose that's kind of Gothic. That's a Tim Holtz hand. I actually embossed this page, dry embossed, so there's pattern on it. Just thought it would be a bit different again. Over here another clock, and that's a vellum sticker, and just a piece of ephemera from a Tim Holtz pack. This can be used as a tuck. It is one of my cards from that French set of tarot cards I've got, which is for a lot of money, and hopefully whoever gets the book will get a lot of money. Another one of these really kind of strange floral stickers. It's like it's lungs, but they're flowers. Just thought it was kind of unusual. We've got black lace down this page. That's the other side of the, well, that's a vellum sticker. That's the other side of the page with the pattern on it that I embossed. I die cut, or not die cut, cut them out, I think, fussy cutting, a couple of stamped hinges. I just thought it looked quite interesting. Another one of these wee pockets. This is actually a fairly modern picture, but what I did was I aged it up, and that's my neighbour coming in his motorbike, setting the dogs off. Aged it up a bit and separed it and whatever, and just made it look more kind of creepy. I think it's a grave, or a graveyard or something. And here is just another wee lassie, but again, because it's so old and faded looking, it's kind of creepy looking. Some vellum stickers and a wee bird up the top here with, it's actually made out of wood. That's part of a stamp, and I just cut it out. After I did it, I was thinking, you know, I actually toyed with doing the stamp and cutting it into 3 and doing it as a kind of triptych somewhere in the book. Hold on, I'm going to have to shout at Timmy. Timmy! He's just standing barking at the neighbour, who will look at him and go, "Hi, puppy, puppy, puppy." And meanwhile, Timmy just barks and barks and barks, and it doesn't stop. That's a wee cup of tea that's full of flowers. Another one of Marie's pages. Here is another one of these German book pages, and I have cut out another kind of like lock and a wee metal key in the corner over the page. Just a wee mini playing card that I thought was kind of spooky, albeit, I mean, 6 of Hearts isn't spooky or anything. Yeah, just, you know me, I just like things that are a wee bit different. Here I've got a kind of metallic banner cut here, which can be used as a tuck, and I dry embossed it. We kind of cherub in a cloud, and a stamped journaling card at the top. Over the page, I finally managed to use one of those Patricia pockets I made. We've got the creepy lassie on that side, and on this side is wee lassie and another wee lassie. But again, they're kind of faded images, so they kind of meet in with the Gothic kind of time frame type thing. Here's another stamped image, and I stamped the background just using a text stamp, and then stamped the wishing well on top, and it can be used as a journaling card. And then I distressed it, and it fits in the back. Square doily and some more die cut stamped images there, and stamped image in the back, and that is it. I'll put in diary of events at the front, and I shall close the book. So the book is perfectly fine in as far as it's made, and it's well made, and I like it in that way. I just don't know what folk will think of the contents. If I should have made it more creepy, should I have made it less creepy, should I have just made it a nice wee journal, or what? I don't know. You can tell me. So please feel free to comment. I'll look forward to hearing from you, and we'll see what you think, and I'll judge from there what I'll do for my next project. So thanks very much for your time, thanks for looking in, and see you all again soon. Bye guys, bye.